One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.
Sunday morning, 4th of July. Let's go to Israel. And what is today is Ambassador Mike Huckabee. And Ambassador, happy 4th of July weekend. And we're calling you to find out what the heck is going on over there. And there's so many open items. And are you personally celebrating at the embassy?
Absolutely. I mean, this is the 250th year of our nation. We're so very excited to be able to represent America here in this land that is a terrific partner to the United States. And today, the president of Israel, President Isaac Herzog, came over to the embassy to bring a letter that we're sending to President Trump. And it's just a wonderful time for us to remember how blessed we are to serve under the red, white, and blue flag that flies proudly over Jerusalem at the U.S. Embassy.
Ambassador, lately in the last few weeks, a few months, there's been a lot of controversy going on between Lebanon, the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran, and nobody really knows who's in charge in Iran. Where do you want to start?
Let's talk about Lebanon, because I was very involved as U.S. Ambassador to Israel, along with my colleague, Ambassador Michelle Issa, who is U.S. Ambassador to Lebanon. And we joined with delegations from both Israel, Lebanon, and the State Department, and over 5 different sessions of peace talks, were able to put together a peace agreement between Lebanon and Israel that is truly historic. And it's something that every American can be proud of, because for the first time since 1955, the government of Lebanon is now recognizing Israel and its sovereignty. Israel and Lebanon declare they're not at war with each other. Israel declares it does not want to annex any of Lebanon. Lebanon declares that not only is it not at war, but its real enemy is Hezbollah. And that's a big thing, John, because it puts this in the right perspective. It really puts the focus on the bad guys. And what we're seeing is the opportunity to move toward normalization between these two countries. And recognizing the only reason that it's not peaceful already is because of the Iranian-backed terror organization Hezbollah that has killed hundreds of Americans through the years. So if Americans say, well, Hezbollah doesn't affect me, actually it does. Hezbollah is in 12 Western Hemisphere nations. But never forget, it was Hezbollah that killed 240 Marines in 1982 in Beirut. They're a horrible organization of nothing but terror.
Now, this terrorist organization, are they terrorists on their own, or are they paid assassins of the Iranians? How do you give us the pulse of the situation?
Well, they're unquestionably an arm of the Iranian regime. They have been a proxy for Iran forever, just as is Hamas and the Houthis. It's one of the reasons that stopping Iran is more than just getting rid of that regime, but it also is standing on the oxygen hose that feeds Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. So it's why that, again, many Americans don't get it. They think that this is a Middle Eastern problem. It is a global issue, because these are people who threaten and who kill people all over the world, including U.S. citizens.
Understood. And the same thing, same question with Hamas. I mean, the Iranians, by opening up the spigots and having $100 oil, we made them zillionaires again. And when they hired Hamas, they paid those families to go in and kill the Israelis. Was it Hamas didn't do it voluntarily? They got paid for it. How do you got to give the American people how your gut feeling is?
I think, John, I wish more Americans understood that what Israel does when it stops Hamas, Hezbollah, or the Houthis It's stopping them at their front door so they don't come to the U.S. front door. The Iranians have said for 47 years, death to America. They've burned our flag. They took our diplomats hostage at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran in 1979 and held them for 444 days after blindfolding them and frog marching them across the grounds of the U.S. Embassy. This is an evil regime. They're not a normal government. They're not normal people. And that's why when they make threats for 47 years that they're going to kill us, and by us, I'm talking about Americans, we need to take them seriously. In less than a year, John, they could arrange their ballistic missile capacity from 2,100 kilometers to 4,100 kilometers, which means now their ballistic missiles could reach any city in Europe, including London, Berlin, Paris. And as soon as they could get one that has the range to reach America, you could rest assured they would light it up and send it our way.
Ambassador, are you disappointed in some of the NATO countries that don't realize that what is really going on with Iran?
I'm disgusted with them, and I think the president's outrage that he has expressed is quite justified, and I'm proud of him for speaking out about it, because in some of those instances, nations that we protect as NATO members, and we have helped fund NATO more than any other country, even though it's not even in our neighborhood, when we needed permission to fly over the airspace to engage with the Iranians and keep them from a nuclear weapon, they refused. They said, no, you can't fly over. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, let me see if I get this straight. We are protecting the rest of the world from this evil Iranian regime, and you basically are taking the sides of Iran. And as the president has said, what's the point of being in NATO if when we need NATO, they basically give us the middle finger?
You're absolutely right. I will never forget what happened with Turkey. What was it, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when we wanted to fly over Turkey to get to Iraq, and they gave us the middle finger.
Yeah, and at some point, and this is what I love about President Trump, he can be patient and he can be realistic, but there comes a point he has enough. He says, my patience is gone, and he takes action. He doesn't just send a strongly worded letter. He cuts off funding. He just makes decisions. He pulls military assets from countries that treat us like unwanted relatives that won't leave after Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm grateful for that. It's the kind of president that we need, that doesn't put up with this nonsense from people that are supposed to be our friends, but they treat us like the enemy.
Absolutely. Sunday morning, 4th of July weekend in the States. What are the areas? Iran. How many people are theoretically in charge? Is it 2 different sets of people, 3 different, 4 people? I mean, it's like asking about the United States. Is it Gavin Newsom in charge or President Trump? You know.
I think there's clearly at least 2 factions in Iran. There is a faction that believes that it would be in their best interest if they started making some compromises. And then there are the hardliners, represented by the new supreme leader, the son of the old one. And about him, you might say, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. He's a hardliner. And those are the people who don't want to make any compromises whatsoever. They want to maintain nuclear ambitions, and they have every intention, no matter what they say and what they agree to, they have every intention of using whatever weaponry they can find to kill the people that they consider to be infidels. This is not a democracy. Iran is a theocracy. They believe they are under divine mandate to wipe out everyone who does not bow to the Shiite form of Islam. And when you understand that, you have a better realization that trying to talk them into something is never going to work. It's just a noble effort, but probably one that is not going to result in resolving this issue or their aspirations to kill every last one of us.
Understood. Anything else you want to say to the American people that are listening today?
Well, I want to say God bless America. You know, John, I grew up a kid, dirt poor in southern Arkansas, and nobody thought I had a shot at anything. I'm the first male in my family to even graduate high school. No male, as far back as we can trace, had ever gotten out of high school. And I would say, where else but America could a kid like me end up governing a state for almost 11 years and then having the privilege of serving President Trump in the United States as ambassador to Israel? I love America. Every day when I drive up to the embassy and I see our flag, and I'm reminded what a blessing it is to be under the red, white, and blue.
Well, you know, Arkansas is almost like middle America, and all, you know, hardworking American, middle America people. And I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you give us the pulse of the situation, and thank you for everything you do. And hopefully we'll catch up again real soon.
I hope so, John. Happy 250th to you and all your listeners. Thank you.
We are celebrating. Thank you so much.